What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back. Another video. Today we're going to take a look at Hobo Goblin, which looks pretty flippin' awesome. That's right, guys. We're back. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to take a look at the Green Goblin, what they're calling the upgraded suit, which I'm going to call the Hobo Goblin because that's what it reminds me of. Before we do that, actually got a couple deliveries in. I thought I'd share with some upcoming videos coming on. First one's going to be Iron Man construction version, which is actually going to be pretty stinking cool. It's not die-cast, but it is a cool diorama piece in preparation for the upcoming newly re 2.0 of the Mech Test Tony. I think this is a cool accessory piece. Not very expensive, but a cool diorama piece from Hot Toys. And also this new So-So Toys Boss Man, aka Kingpin, which is, I'm actually pretty stoked for that one too, to go along with my Blind Vigilante from So-So Toys. So those videos come up soon. Today we're going to take a look at the Green Goblin upgraded suit. I got some photos from Hot Toys blogger photos, and I also got some photos from our friends at Pop Collectibles over at Secret Base. So if you want to pre-order any of these, you can do that. They have, obviously, the other two they have in stock. You can get those if you like. But let's take a look at the blogger photos first. We'll take a look at the Secret Base photos. We'll do some comparisons. We'll figure out what the hell's going on. Because now we have two $400 goblins going on here. And I know a lot of people are like, well, which one am I going to buy? Which one should I get? And I thought we'd have that discussion right here. Let's take a look at the biggest news out of all this, which is going to be the head sculpt. All right, I've got some photos of Secret Base of the head sculpt, a bunch, like there's like 80 of them. It's a bunch. This video might be long. But this head sculpt is like, it's got to be 9.5 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10. We'll take some closer look at it in a little bit, but it's quite fantastic. And I think this is the Goblin version most people wanted from the film. But you know, you guys can let me know your thoughts, whichever one you wanted. But to me, this was the one to get. I mean, look at this head sculpt. It's crazy good, right? It's crazy good. Now, this is prototype, and one of the things with head sculpts, or actually just action figures in general, is when they're over-sharpened, they look a little strange. And to me, some of these photos, and some of the Secret Base photos, like the head sculpt looks like it's like 8K, like definition is crazy. It's just crazy sharp, which sometimes is a good thing, sometimes is a bad thing, but that's just one of the photographer of me going, that might be a little too sharp. But the expression, absolutely nailed it. Like I've got no complaints about the expression. We got movable eye system in it. We got sculpted hair, big fan of that. And then we got some soft goods going on with the tattered cloak and whatnot. I don't know. Spoiler, I'm getting it and I like it and I just think it's awesome. But here's all the accessories that are coming with this guy. So obviously you're going to get the figure itself. This one doesn't have a separate version. The previous Goblin, Deluxe Goblin, had the glider, and then they had a regular without the glider. From what I can see, the only option they're offering this one is with the glider, and which is fine because I'm going to get the glider anyways. But I'm curious on the differences between this glider and the other glider, if it's exactly the same, but I imagine it'll be like slight paint differences. We'll see. We're going to have a hood we can put up. We've got the movable eyes. We got the pumpkin bombs. We got his, pop out sword thing going on. We got some rockets. We got the glider. We got some hands and different belt pouches and whatnot, and then some goggles to go on to the actual figure. So that's a lot of stuff. And you're going to get, for $400, you're going to get a figure and a glider and some accessories. And I think that's fine. Some people will say, well, that's too much. And I understand. These things are getting kind of expensive sometimes. I like this version quite a bit. Again, the tattered look is 100%. I'm on board with that. And with the expression on there, I dig it. Now, one thing I did note, I want to back this thing up. No helmet on this version. So if you want the elongated, like alien style helmet with this guy, you got to get the other version. And I imagine they're probably interchangeable and you can pop one on the other and the other. But I don't imagine it's going to look the same because this one's got battle damage and it's going to have different paint applications. And the other one's going to be clean. And I'm not sure how it's going to look, but you know, if you want the helmet, you got to get the other version, which is typical Hot Toys fashion, right? If you want both, you got to get both. You know, it's typical. Again, the head sculpt, 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Absolutely nailed it, and I'm a big fan of this thing. But here we go. It does look from these promo photos, these blogger photos, that at least in the photos. Now, I don't know about the previous reality of it, of the previous figure, but this one looks like it's got more motion in the lower body. And I'm talking about like the hip section. It looks like it's got more motion there. I don't know if it's due to the material. Maybe it's a different material, but it looks like they've got more movement in the hips and knees, and they got the ankle bend right here. And it looks more comfortable on the glider, and I think that's a pretty cool feature to have on there. But here we go. Yeah, with our upgraded suit. Or this was the, I forget what they call this suit, but whatever it is, that Spidey, which eventually we'll actually have in quarter scale. They teased us with that. That would be kind of a cool thing, but we'll see. Glider-wise, it looks exactly the same to me as far as mold and functionality and all that stuff as the previous version. I imagine it'll have different paint applications, but it's really tough to say. I dove down into some of the photos. I really can't. There might be some darker spots applied to this and weathering, but it's very, you know, do you need two goblins with two gliders, or do you get the previous version without the glider, and then you get this one with the glider, and you save yourself a little money? Space-wise, it's going to be a huge thing for this, right? I don't know. I'm not sure what the correct answer is on that. This is like a little diorama-based thing they got going on that you definitely don't get, although I kind of wish you did, but you don't. And look at all the, I mean, we'll take a closer look at the secret base photos, but look at all the torn armor, and I just dig this a lot. I do. I like that they got like the ripped green part on like the thigh and everything, but you can see through it. And then on the chest plate, like there's a lot of pieces missing. Like he's been, I don't know. Hot Toys does a really good job with battle damaged items. I just unboxed, and I haven't even done the video on it, on the War Machine Mark I, the reissue, which I've already did a video on it way back when. But all the battle damage switch outs on that are awesome. And that's really the only way I display them. Obviously, we could look at Mark 85 battle damage. That one's definitely more popular than the clean version. People like battle damage, more realism, and more detail in their figures. And I think this is one reason why this one's going to outsell the previous version. So there's my prediction on that. Again, if you had them posed just like this, I think you'd be just fine. I dig it very much, and I'm excited for it. This head sculpt is so good. It's so good. Now, I do think there's a wire in the actual hood, just based on some other photos. I think there is an actual wire in there, which is fine. And I don't know that it actually comes off of the figure, which I don't know why you would take it off, but it looks like it's like underneath the collar. It might be a magnet system or something. I don't know. But regardless, I don't see me taking that off of there anyways. This head sculpt is just next level cool. It really is. So I do have some photos. We'll kind of get through some of these things, comparisons. There's a different comparison of the goggles. I don't think I'm going to use the goggles, but you might. The PERS system with the movable eyes, if you're not good at that, then the goggles are a good way to hide that. Like, because sometimes they can look cross-eyed and you don't really want that. But depending on what you want, this is a good look for you as well. And then we've got all the battle damage, highly accurate. Upgraded suit with fine details and battle damage effects. Love it. Absolutely love it. So I'm a fan of this thing. I'd like to hear from you guys. Are you going to get this version? Did you already pre-order the other version? And you plan on getting both? Or are you picking one or the other? I need to know. I want to know what the community is saying, like which one you're going to get. Are you skipping it all together? I mean, if you're skipping them all together, then it doesn't really matter in this conversation. What I want to know is, which one do you like? Which one are you going to put your money down on? This version or like the hero version, which looks just like this. So I'll put a couple photos side by side so you can see the previous version, which is, I'm going to call the hero version, the deluxe version, versus the upgraded suit. Clear difference. I mean, one, you're going to have the helmet and the head sculpt. The other one actually comes with the head sculpt as well, so you can get both on that version. If you want the helmet and you only get the upgraded suit, then you're out of luck because it's not going to work. Which one are you going to get? I have the Toys Era Green Goblin that looks exactly like the deluxe version here. Like it's like to the T, looks exactly like this. There's a bug in here. Get the hell out of here. But, and so I imagine it's going to be very similar to it. I do think the Hot Toys one will probably have better joints on it, more sturdy joints, if you will. But it's just fine. I have no complaints with that one at all. But I do think that the one that's going to sell, the one that people are going to put down the cash on, is going to be the upgraded battle damage suit. It's just too good to pass. It really is. I've got some photos of the glider side by side as well. So we've got the previous version on the left and the new one on the right. They look very similar. I mean, there's different. They didn't have the same photos, so it is what it is. But it looks very similar. I don't know that there's really going to be a whole lot of difference going on with that, but we'll find out. So let's jump over to the secret base photos and get some like super zoomed in crazy effects and see if it's all it's cracked up to be. So look at this first one. We've got and I've got like 80 photos. We'll skip through a lot of these. If you want to pause it and you can check them out, these are ridiculous HD. So thanks to Pop Collectibles for getting these for us. And we're limited to the lighting they actually have at Secret Base. So this would not be the ideal lighting for me if I was doing a video or posing, like setting up my figures. This is very harsh lighting. But it is what it is. We can check out some of the details. And like I said, this is going to be way detailed. I mean, we'll go crazy in here. How close you want to get? You want to go all up in here? It's got blue-green eyes. They should be green, right? So they're kind of in there. That's some nice detail. We've got like red veins and stuff going on in the eyeballs with the purge system. Actually, I think it's individual. I don't think they're tied together. I think they're individual. I don't think they're the purrs. They're the individual ones. We have a tongue, which generally with open mouth and teeth that are open, Hot Toys does weird things. We think back to Ant-Man. That didn't really go all that great. This one, they absolutely nailed it. The teeth look fantastic. It's just, I don't know. How do you complain about this? It looks too damn good. I mean, this is another, and we got a lot of angles to go through. And again, I'm just going to go through some of these. You guys can pause it and zoom in, do whatever you want with this. But it looks fantastic. Here's another one from every angle that I've seen so far looks like Willem Dafoe. It looks like it. I haven't seen a bad angle yet. And I've already previewed these photos, but it looks, how do you get this figure and not use this head sculpt? I don't know how you do that. Or even the other one, if you got the hero like the clean version, you get the head sculpt anyways. It's the same head sculpt from what I can tell. I mean, I don't know. I guess options. You have options. So thank you, Hot Toys, for giving us options. I dig it. I think the color of the purple is great. I do have concerns, based on previous experience, about the purple rubbing off on and staining the neck or the head sculpt. I've seen it with Jedi cloaks. We've seen it a pile of times. So I think when we actually get around to it in hand and posing it, we're going to want to be careful about that. And there is like a ring going around the neck. So that might help. It's not perfectly on there. Like the ring of the suit is around there. So I don't know if it's permanently attached or how it's done. But when you're posing it and you get the wires and everything, purple, I can see it rubbing off on the skin texture. So we don't want that. So we're going to be careful when that actually shows up. But yeah, I don't know. There's so many. Look at this battle damage stuff going on here. That's head sculpt. Like every angle in here, you got tears and tatters and holes and stuff in that cloak. It's great. It's great. I like it. So he's got his Wolverine claws going on here. Not really. He's got pumpkin bombs. Wouldn't it be cool if the pumpkin bombs lit up? That would be cool for, I mean, it would be suck to have to put batteries in, don't get me wrong. But if like a little LED in there, that would be kind of sick. There are no bad angles to this head sculpt, guys. And paying $400 for this figure, which is about what retail is, I guess, somewhere around there. And then you spend $400 on the previous figure, you're going to have $800. You got tax, you got shipping, you got all the stuff going on. You get $1,000 in on a Goblin if you get both, right? Thankfully, I don't think they're both going to release on the same day, so I think we're safe on that. But you got to think long term, like which one, where do you want to have your money sitting? For me, all right, you be completely different. For me, this is the one I would prefer to have. I like the battle damage, everything. And it looks like posability on this one, like I said earlier, it looks like that. And we don't know if the previous version, the prototype, they just didn't want to break it, so they didn't push the limits of posing or what, we don't know. So that's too soon to say. I love the knife. Pumpkin bomb. Let's back up the pumpkin bomb. I want to look at that one more time. Pumpkin bomb. I want to zoom in on this pumpkin bomb. Look at this thing. Very cool. And I like how they painted that green so it's very vibrant and luminescent, even though it doesn't actually light up. I think that's pretty sweet. So here's the glider. Better look at the glider. Yeah, I think it's the same glider. I mean, we don't know the final production version if we're going to have more weathering and whatnot, but it looks very, very similar to the previous version. This one's not lit up, which tells me it doesn't have the USB function. It's got batteries. It's fine. Whatever. Look at the detail on this thing. Got little rockets and stuff underneath. I dig this, man. All right, I was curious about the goggles, if they were going to be on an elastic band or if they're going to be magnetic. The goggles on Rocket from Endgame or Infinity War, I guess Endgame has the goggles. They're magnetic. The magnets are so weak. I freaking hate those things. This one, hopefully that elastic band is not super tight, so we don't get any rubbish on the head sculpt. But it's glad to see that. We got another pumpkin bomb. We got some Wolverine claws, although he only has 2 and not 3. And we got a few hands. Oh, not a whole lot of hands, which is fine. Everybody's going to have him with a pumpkin bomb in his hand, so that's whatever. This separate eyeball rolling function. Alternative looks. A generic base that is not impressive in the least. I feel like he needs a diorama base of some kind. We might have to make one. Yeah, just so cool. So what I want to know from you guys is, again, which one are you going to be getting? Have you already put down the money on the previous version? Are you going to get this version? You're not going to get either. That's what I want to know. For me, in my opinion, this is the one to have. I'll end up getting both because he's a Spider-Man villain, and I mean, it's just, why not? But if I was going to choose one or the other, I would go with this one. What would you do? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what the heck are you waiting on? Do it right now. And if you want to support the channel, check us out on Patreon. There's a link down below for that as well. Get some behind the scenes, a specific Facebook group, Discord meetups, video chats, all the stuff. All the stuff if you're joined up on that. So as always, click what you like. See you next time.